It's where you go to bike, hike, and stroll miles of pathways over more than 7,000 acres of parkland. A place to go explore rivers and fish their bountiful waters. Natural places to go marvel at magnificent wildlife while you play outdoors and go wander charming communities. Find all this and more at Destination Downriver. Give it a go.
Today's podcast is presented by MarketInsights.us, with the podcast on YouTube produced by the City of Taylor's Media Center.
Thank you to our team sponsor, Allegra, Marketing, Print, and Design. Let Allegra assist you with your print, mail, design, and signs. Located in Wyandotte, Michigan, or call 734-284-5330.
Welcome to Destination Downriver. I'm your host, Karl Ziomek. Today we continue our series highlighting downriver communities by focusing on Lincoln Park. The city is often referred to as a crossroads of our region because of its proximity to Detroit and the surrounding downriver communities. It's known as a place with a moderate cost of living, good schools, abundant recreation facilities, and a rich cultural history. The city's diverse population base, with its strong Latino influences, has been instrumental in evolving this community over the past decade. As one of the largest cities downriver, Lincoln Park serves as a major center of commerce, services, and residential life. Joining us for today's episode and to guide us on a virtual and visual tour of Lincoln Park are Mayor Maureen Tobin. Mayor Tobin has been a Lincoln Park resident for over 20 years and has served in a variety of city government roles during much of that time before being elected as mayor in 2024. And Tom Karns, former mayor and executive director of the Lincoln Park Chamber of Commerce and Economic Development Corporation of Lincoln Park. Between these two, they have several decades of experience and insight into the city of Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park, like so many other downriver cities, has a number of long-standing family-owned businesses and community institutions that define and preserve a unique cultural identity and history. These businesses blend historic community ties with modern business practices. I'm going to start with three of them, and you can just chime in and tell me a little bit about them. Sure. Painters Supply and Equipment, okay, the PSE Group, company that started way back in 1952 and now has 75 locations. Who wants to talk about that?
Oh, I can jump in.
Jump
Painter
in.
Supply is right at the heart of town, so it's Southfield and Fort Street, just off of the corner there. They quietly do professional work. They're always helping out, and I didn't know that they had branched so far out there. There's never a problem there. There's just, you need paint supply, you go there. They're always friendly. So that's what I have.
Yeah. Well, I've been in there frequently, and they're very knowledgeable. They're very respectable. They like to help. I am not a good painter. I don't know what I'm doing, and they've always been very informative, helped me and said, no, don't do that, do this. So it's a great place to go if you need something. They do a lot more commercial work than private homes and that kind of stuff, but they're willing to help you with anything you want. So it's a great place to go if you need help, and they can also refer you to people that will help you with what you need.
Which is all the key to a strong local business, right?
Absolutely.
What about Calders Dairy? They've been around since 1946.
Yeah, that's a happy place in town.
Is that the happy place?
Especially with Christmas coming up.
Yeah.
Their eggnog come the weeks before Christmas, they're going to be lined up around the store.
Yeah.
And because it's that good. The chocolate milk is to die for. If you have not been there and had that, it's perfect. The butter is fresh. Everything that is in there. And in the summertime, they have their own ice cream that is at the back of the shop, which is very good.
Mayor, is that a hit place for you?
It is. It really is. The chocolate milk and the ice cream in the summer, you can't go wrong. Their milkshakes are fabulous, and there is a line this time of year. It starts just before Thanksgiving, goes right through the holidays, and it's it's a little mom and pop store, but it's something you don't get to see and experience a lot. So yeah, it's a gem of Lincoln Park.
That's fantastic.
So they used to have they used to make the milk there, but now they make it on their farm itself. And they had way back in when they had the numerous trucks that would go around and do the milk deliveries and then put it into the milk chute. So
Which was really kind of cool.
yeah, it's part of the history that things that I liked when I was growing up.
Remember those old chutes at your house where
milk
you'd be
chute.
able, those were fantastic. That was Did you ever try to? Did you ever lock your door mistakenly and have to crawl?
That's what the kids were for. You
Oh, yeah,
put 'em through the
exactly.
milk
Yeah,
chute to
it
get
Get
in.
through there somehow or the other.
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
attempting that now.
John A. Papalis and Company, long-standing, three-generation, family-owned industrial painting and sheeting business in Lincoln Park, started way back in '42. What can you tell us
Well,
about that?
it is one of those companies that keep a low profile. They do industrial painting and such out there. But the grandfather, father, and now the sons, nephews are still running that. They've had a piece of property where there's a ball field that's on that, and leased it to the city just at no cost, just to set up everything there.
That's the good thing about having those type of families.
The company had such an impact is that when the industrial drive off of Southfield was developed and our Lincoln Park's industrial site, they named the street John A. Papalis Drive for that. So,
Mayor?
They like to be involved. All gentlemen, every one of them. I've met them numerous times. I have nothing bad to say about them. I'm glad they're here. I'm glad they're part of our community. Look forward to many years moving forward with them. Like I say, they're fun. They make me smile, and they are just great to work with. And I'm glad they're here. They've been such a big part of our community. I mean, since 1942. How could you ask for more? So,
and when you need something, if there's something that a big event that you have,
yeah, they'll be
or
our
you need to have
sponsors.
a sponsor that they'll come forward.
Those are invaluable members of the
They are.
community.
They absolutely
That's for
are.
sure. Let's shift from legacy organizations to what is one of a number of new entries onto the landscape here in Lincoln Park, and that's the Motor City Muskies, a semi-pro hockey team based in your city, plays in the American Premier League. Enlighten me. What are we looking at? What are we getting from the Muskies?
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot.
Because you got the big guys. I was introduced to one large fella. Well, what position you play? I'm enforcer. So that tells me a lot about what the type of hockey. I haven't been able to get in and see a game just yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It brings excitement to town. They were in our local festival, Lincoln Park Days, and they were all around giving out free tickets and encouraging everybody to come in, and then been jumping around and helping out at a couple of different fundraisers that the mayor has had. So
I got to introduce them to the crowd at Lincoln Park Days, so I had them all up on stage, and they were stomping the stage, and they were shaking the stage. I also had the honor of throwing out the first puck at their first game.
Oh, okay.
And they are large, and they are loud. The assistant coach, he is a lot of fun, and he's very boisterous. I attended the first game, and they're brutal. They are just they're crazy brutal. I was with a bunch of my friends and my family, and it was pretty shocking how hard they play. Let's put it that way, how hard they play. And it's they got a game this Saturday and this Sunday. I will be there again because it was so much fun. But they bring a lot of excitement to the city, a lot of excitement to the community center, and we are so glad they're there. One of the owners also owns the new hockey store up on Fort Street, which used to be the old Billard store. So you need to stop in and say hi to him because he's a great guy. But yeah, we're really glad that they're here.
it's just it's a nice night out. It'll be fun. I don't think anybody else has that around, and Lincoln Park has arguably the best ice downriver.
Do they really?
Yes,
Yes.
they do.
Oh my goodness! You're going to get now. We're going to get people storming Lincoln Park.
They may, but
arguing with
the Red Wings used to use that as a practice
Did
facility.
they really?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. That's fantastic. How did that come about? How did the Muskies end up in Lincoln Park? Was there Did you go out
Not
and try to
sure.
recruit a team, or did they just happen upon, what was the connection? Does anybody know?
I would think that it was due to Dennis Anderson, who is our Director of Parks and Recreation, because he
Okay.
was looking for ways to fill the ice time. You know, people, leagues and stuff aren't skating. So I would say that it's due to his diligence on that.
That and us having the best ice downriver.
There
too,
you
is
go.
probably
See,
something to
there
do
you
with
go.
it.
Now you guys are double teaming me here. What's the cost like to go see them?
I believe the tickets are $10 and then $8 for seniors and kids. And
Okay.
this week, if you bring in 3 cans of food, you get your tickets for 50% off.
That's a pretty cheap night out.
Yeah, it is.
Combine that with a dinner or something.
Right, and we also have a really great concession stand there too. So
that's
you can,
fantastic.
You can get goodies while you're there. So.
No, I haven't, but the stands are so close to the ice. It's not like, I don't think that you're going to get that view at a hockey game unless
Right.
you're
No,
spending hundreds
yeah.
of dollars for the wings, you know, right up on the boards. But basically, all of our seats are right up on the board, so it's got to be a great show.
Yeah,
That's
we,
cool.
we also have a Red Wing Police Fire alumni game coming up in January 2nd, I believe, 2nd or 3rd.
Okay.
So that's always a really good time.
Those
too.
can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so the rink's going really well, and it's a lot of fun to attend.
That's
So,
fantastic. Let's segue over to why Lincoln Park might be poised for a very bright future here, because I know you've got a number of strategic investments, exciting projects, and the revitalization of the Sears Plaza, okay, which can be huge to the entire downriver community, not just Lincoln Park. Who wants to take the Sears Plaza and bring us up to date on where you guys are with that?
Well, the plaza has been a labor of love, but it is taking off. Right now, Chick-fil-A is up and going. We expect it to be open probably by the end of January, if not sooner. We have 2 condo things coming in, 2 business condos coming in, so still trying to find out what exactly is going in there, but we're hoping for retail, more restaurants, that coming in, and there's still the discussion of at least a 2-story hotel with extended stay for business people coming from the airport and working downtown. So those are still all in the works. There will be a car wash going in also. All those plans are in the process of being laid out. Still waiting for updates. I asked for one last week, but it's all on the move. The drains, which were holding us back from Wayne County, have all been processed. Everything is on the move, so we're expecting to see a lot of movement down there right now. But the good thing is ground has been broken, and it's going to be exciting. It's been a long time coming, and it's going to be really good for the community. So.
There's been fits and starts at that location for decades. And Walmart was supposed to go in. Kroger's was going to do a master big old plant there.
Super ones. Yeah.
One of their super ones. They were going to come in twice, and then that dropped down. But that site is still with Dixon Southfield being still one of the busiest intersections, I think, in the state. That's why it was formed there at the beginning, right? So we have so good of access with 75, Southfield, you have Dix Toledo, we're close to 94. You're right in the center of everything. And we have the room, and I think, for major development over there. And if you go further down away from the Sears Plaza, down towards Outer Drive, we have several spots that have been vacant. We're at like a long-time restaurants that have revitalized. We are right for all of that area down there. And then if you talk about then going down Outer Drive to the old Lynn Hospital property site, there is the Vibra Hospital site. All of those are set for either like a brownfield to come in, and there's space for this to happen. Everything else is happening around us, whether development from Allen Park coming from there and the things that are going on in Southgate. We are in the center of it, sort of like the crossroads.
Sure,
right?
sure.
So we're in the center of it, But I think that we have the opportunities for these businesses to come in, because I think our rates would be a little bit lower, but we're ready for them to come in now because we have the vacant property. But that's why I feel. I'm thinking that we're just on the cusp. That this is the beginning of what's going on at the Sears Plaza, and then it's just going to ignite us, like, you know, the different arteries in town.
Mayor, is it an advantage to be in a place like Downriver where it's a picture puzzle of a bunch of different cities, or is it a disadvantage when you're looking at reconstruction and development like we're talking about?
I think it's, depending on who you're looking at, it's both. You know, some of the hardships Lincoln Park has faced is, you know, with our infrastructure and things being older and that, and with all the work we're doing on fixing things, rebuilding things, cleaning things up, this is going to lift us to the advantage of bringing in all these new businesses and getting these vacant properties moving again, and people looking at us and coming in. So I don't think that we're going to be at a disadvantage any longer. I think that, you know, they're going to see, with all the things happening around us, there's not going to be that much area for them to go elsewhere. They're going to have to start coming to us, and we're going to be very open for that. We've been open, but now that we've getting all this work done and things are better, that, you know, we're going to be where they want to be.
So we're like a cohesive unit in Downriver. So if Allen Park has something good, then that helps us as well. Southgate, you know, Wyandotte, good things happening there. It brings more people down to the Downriver area. So if we have a little bit of a problem, our police departments can call out to all those different areas and come in. Our fire department can call for help. So it's almost, the Downriver is like one big city, actually.
Yeah, it's almost like a big team, right?
Yeah, it's a big team.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
better line.
Exactly. From your perspective, what are we looking at? Are there things that you see on the horizon that you might want to share with the audience? Specific projects that may be coming or anything like that? Or
well, I mentioned the Outer Drive corridor.
Right.
That area that is right around the creek, going running from back over there. We have property that has not been developed in. The Lynn Hospital closed 25,
a long time ago. Yeah.
25, 30 years ago.
Sure.
The old Outer Drive Hospital then became Vibra, and that's been closed for a long section of time. And there was an older resident that was down there. So all of that area in Lincoln Park off of Outer Drive is just ripe for development, even going all the way down to Dix. So that's what I would be thinking of.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
does it, going back to Sears just for a minute, because it keeps sticking in the back of my mind. Does it date us too much to say that we miss Sears?
Oh, not at all.
That store was so vibrant for so many years.
That whole area, that whole mall there, that was, I mean, everybody's got so many memories of what they did there, from their favorite store, not only Sears, but to the theater, to, they hung out there as kids. The old water tower was a landmark. All of that, that's just a part of the history that's never going to go away. So no, you're not. You might be dating us, but it's a good dating. It's something that we all want to remember. That is fond memories of it, and it is missed. So hopefully, when this is all said and done, that we can start making good memories of what's there.
Again,
so,
yeah, exactly. What about the indication that I've been getting is that as a city, you've been making a lot of infrastructure projects and a lot of changes in preparation for a lot of these things to come about. You'll be prepared for them. You have a 10-year road program?
Yes, we do. We always have worked off a 10-year road program, but currently we are revamping that road program. We are waiting for the end of January. We'll be getting a new road program.
Okay.
It's going to be presented to Mayor and Council by the end of January. And what we found, and what I've said all along, is that's not worked, because in those 10 years, a road that's, say, year 8, has deteriorated faster. We have to pay attention to it before year 8. So we're revising everything. The engineering firms are looking at it, so we're redoing it all. This past year, we've done 19 roads in the city of Lincoln Park. We've also come up with a program. We're doing skimming on some of the roads that are really bad. You know, it's patches of them, to just get them so the residents can drive on them, and it makes such a difference, and it's very affordable, and you know they can park their cars and drive away and get to their homes and drive away on a nice smooth road surface, and this gives us 4 or 5 years of a nice road before we can get to rebuild it. So this is what we're doing. We've done in the last 2 weeks, I think we've done 9 of those roads. And we've quit using cold patch on the potholes, because everybody hates cold patch. I personally can't stand it. It drives me crazy. And we're using something called perma-patch now. And perma-patch doesn't go all over the road. It doesn't stick to your cars. It goes in the hole. It stays in the hole. And its life is 3 to 5 years on that pothole. So we're making really big strides on fixing the roads and repairing the roads and making them stay stable till we can actually get them on the plan and get to them and fix them correctly. So there's a big difference.
Do we ever get enough money to fix infrastructure like roads?
To do all the roads, that would be that's a pipe dream. We're never going to get that much money at one time, but we are, through grants and everything else we can do, we are making a lot of headway, more headway than we've made in, I don't know, forever. And we're coming up with different ideas of how to stabilize things until we can actually get them redone correctly. So we are doing a lot and making a difference.
Tom,
Trying to do it strategically. For back when we would replace a street, we would have to replace any lead water lines that were still in existence. That we had several of that. So if we did the street, then we'd have to do the water, and then we would have to connect to the different houses and make sure that was
which makes it a much bigger job.
That was all set. And then part of their infrastructure is they're going through. And the water lines were being
we've
proposed.
done.
And I don't know if you were going to discuss that.
Yeah, we've done
on.
about 1,400 water lines this past summer, and we've done water mains. We've done 2 pump house refurbishings, work on the basin. I mean, and we're not even close to being done. I think we've got 20% of the water infrastructure completed at this point, at 15% of the sewage completed. So we've got a big plan of how we're going to get this done. And from the time we started to just have these percentages done in the first year is absolutely amazing. So, it's not going to finish, it's not going to be done yet. Next year, the city can expect everything that they've gotten this year to be done again next year. But we're going to continue moving forward. It's making a difference. It's really making a difference.
Well, we are at a 100-year-old city.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of the water lines have a life of like 50 years, and sewers. Things need to be replaced on that. And that, in the past, has not been a priority.
It wasn't a priority, yeah.
But you have to do that, and then you have to put money aside in the water side of things so that you can go out and do these improvements on that.
And none of this comes easy, especially when the perception is if people don't see it as a problem. And when you talk about water mains and things, perfect example. That's off everybody's map.
Sure.
They look and they're worried about a road. They're
Why
worried
isn't
about
my
this.
road being fixed?
Bingo. But when you talk about something that they're not going to see, sometimes the perception it's difficult to overcome.
Right.
Well, they have it to where they turn on the tap and the water comes out.
Right.
And that's
Right.
what our job is, to make sure that those services continue on,
Right.
that there is no lapse in that. And I think that we're doing a good job, or the mayor's doing a good job in making sure that they're getting the services that we're required to give them.
Which is the key.
Yeah.
What about lead lines? Because I know, like many other cities downriver, Lincoln Park being 100 years old, you got a lot of older homes, a lot of the lead fixtures, the lead lines themselves that are on private property. I know the state has been pushing communities to get with it and get it done. I know some of the leaders I've talked to, there's a certain frustration because you can't get that done without the homeowners buy-in, and many times even if the city has the money in a grant or whatever to replace those for free, the homeowner doesn't really want to cooperate.
Well, they're thinking that, why do you want to come in my house and what it says.
Bingo.
Right.
But I had water line at my house.
Okay.
So saw them go through and dig up your front yard and go into your house. And
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's for
And
the best.
we give them letters, notifications, we knock on their doors, and most people are cooperative, and there's some that say no, they won't.
Right.
And it comes down to, they do a section, and they go through, and the people that are holdout and won't do it, well, they can't move on to another section until that section is complete.
Okay.
So, say there's one person that says you can't come in my house, and it's the last place that they have to go. So, they literally have to say, we're shutting your water off until you let us finish this, because we have another 600 to do, and we're going to move to this section. We can't do this till we do yours. And it's worked out. We have not had a 1 or 2 day delay, maybe, but we're getting it all done.
Yeah, I thought that people recognize it.
And they realize that everybody's neighbors
that
has done
hasn't
it.
really been an issue.
It's,
Well, that's good. That's a good thing. Yeah.
It's just a matter of cooperation and communication, and it's working out well.
What about things like downriver DDA related projects? You have anything going that we haven't talked about?
Well, right now we are currently looking for a DDA and EDC director.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
it's just
Okay.
as of November 5th.
Okay.
So we're still having meetings. We're still moving forward with stuff. Right now we have the DDA tree lighting on November 22nd. We have a EDC banner program that we are getting off the ground. So, we have things going on. We have the, what's the sign called? The, you know what I'm talking about for storefronts.
Oh, for storefronts? No, I don't.
Yeah, it's slipping my mind, where the businesses can,
What, like facade improvement?
facade grants.
Okay. Yeah.
Facade
okay.
grants.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
it slipped my mind. I'm sorry. We have things like that going on. There's also a program in the DDA area for taxable liberties that you can get if you open a business and that kind of things. There's all kinds of stuff available.
Okay.
We just need to find a director.
Is it hard to find a director? DDA director?
It has been.
Okay. All right.
I mean, we had one that was had retired. We brought him out of retirement. He was there for 4 or 5 years. Then we had an intern, and then that was going to take over. That didn't work out.
Okay.
So what I would like to see them do is to go out and do a national search for this and bring it in.
Oh, okay.
Because we have so many properties that are available for some grants. And we have the Downriver Community Conference that has their Brownfield Authority that has where they're working on numerous projects. And Lincoln Park hasn't been awarded many of these because we haven't asked for them. And
Okay.
if we have somebody that comes in, hits the ground running, I think that we can go and develop the properties that we're talking about on Outer Drive and help with not only where the Sears property is, or where the stores used to be next to, I think that's owned by Grand Sakwa, and then develop that, and then further northbound. So we're right for it. We just need the right person to be in.
Right.
So anybody watching that would,
Right, absolutely.
Never hurts
citylp.com.
Never hurts to bring in new eyes either.
No,
Especially if they're good.
Yes.
If they're good people and you got a different spin maybe, and you look at something.
That's what we need.
Could be
Well,
real
you would need somebody that's going to be going out and looking for the grants. That's going to be able to talk to the various businesses and can find money for them and find whether it be the studies that need to be done, all those different facets, and then bring it in, because it's nothing's going to happen overnight.
Right.
But unless we plan for what's going to happen in 5 years, and we're going to still be in the same spot where we're at now.
Exactly.
So you gotta-
Understood.
yes.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes
Yep.
sense.
There's a lot of opportunity for somebody that really is interested in that field. We're the place they want to be. They have the opportunity to really make things happen, and you know, we need them, and we could be the perfect fit for them, and they could really take off on their careers and make things happen here.
Let's shift a little bit. You have a very active bunch of a historical group, historical society, whatever you want to.
Yes.
Can
Yes.
you guys address that? What do they have going now? And I know you're in the midst here in 2025 of celebrating the 100th year anniversary of the city. What have they done this year, and what are they doing as the year progresses out?
Well, the museum curator, Jeff Day, has been putting out things a year back in anticipation for the city's 100th birthday. They had a 20s sort of dance where everybody would come in period clothing. And I think we did a Charleston contest and best dressed contest and such. The museum is looking to, they just had a new book that they sponsored that brought out. It's called Lost Lincoln Park. It's available at the museum Wednesday and Saturdays for $25. And on their website.
It's also signed.
That's all. Yes, it's also signed by the author. So what else are we doing here?
We did, at Lincoln Park Days, we recognized businesses that were 50 to 100 years old,
Right.
which was really nice. They all got certificates and recognition. I personally, with the help of the city clerk, recognized 123 centennial homes in the city of Lincoln Park. Went out and put signs in their front yard that said City Centennial Home, 1925 to 2025. I put together a centennial ball that was attended by 250 people with dignitaries from the county and the state. Was a really fun event. Just things to recognize the city and honor it. You know, it's been an exciting year for this. It's not every day you turn 100. So
No, that's for sure.
So the museum will be putting on a program on November 19th that highlights one of our local service organizations, which is the Lincoln Park Exchange Club, which also celebrates 100 years. And as a unique thing, the Exchange Club of Lincoln Park has been with the city its entire existence, and there's no other club that can say that about the town in which they serve.
Boy, that is unique.
That I'm
Yeah.
aware of. And so there'll be a talk there. There's a tree lighting that is going to be on the
22nd.
On the
Okay.
22nd. And then after that, then people will come to the museum just as an afterglow, as sort of a host for that.
Yeah, Santa will be there also. So yeah.
The museum itself was built in the 1930s as a post office, so it's a historic building, and it's been filled up with many different artifacts for that. I was just there's one picture that we were there yesterday for the Veterans Day ceremony. That's an interesting thing that they do as well, because they host the ceremony, and then all participants, residents, are invited to ring the Goodell bell in honor of a veteran to their name. So
that's
everyone
kinda
stands and then lets that ring out so that they can be honored in that fashion.
Very nice. Very nice.
You need to come see it. You really do. It's a beautiful building.
Where do you hold your tree lighting?
We hold it outside of City Hall.
Okay.
We close down Fort Park between the museum and City Hall.
Okay.
And we do it right there, right in the road there, and then the parking lot of the museum. We have hot chocolate and goodies, and there's tents and heaters, and then everybody goes inside to tour the museum and see Santa and get their pictures taken and stuff.
Well, that's fantastic. Have we missed anything?
Yes.
Go, good. I'm glad.
Well, on the 29th, we're going to have Fantasyland opening up. Now, Fantasyland is a Christmas display that's been put on since 1964. A group of volunteers changes room A at our band shell into this fabulous Christmas display. A little bit different all the time. And so we'll be having a grand opening on the 29th, at which point with hot chocolate, some donuts, we'll have school band will be playing. The mayor's going to lead a choir of singing. But it's a nice thing. And then there's another business that I really should add as well, and that's the Lincoln Park Community Credit Union. Has been serving the city since 1933. So it's a long time, and it's still in there in the Fort Emmons area.
Boy, that's fantastic.
Yes, but there's been a lot of decrease in credit unions, particularly small community ones that this is, and they continue to do a good service for the city.
Where do you think that Lincoln Park will be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Maybe it's more fair to go out 20 years to say.
Well, I think in 10 years.
Okay.
If the right person gets into the DDA EDC position and then can spearhead the development on Outer Drive and further down Southfield. And we've had our Latino population that has grown, and I see good things with that as well. We already have restaurants, we have stores. I think that there was a bar that just opened as well. And I think I see that expanding. I think that we'd be in a good place in 10 years.
Yeah, I think that we're going to see a lot of activity, a lot more things that the residents of Lincoln Park can do in their own city, where right now they have to go outside their city. I think that we're going to see an abundance of things coming back that we've lost over the years. It's a beautiful town, and the residents are taking pride in their surroundings. They want to be here. They want to see things grow, and with everything that we're doing, you can feel the excitement. You can feel the change coming. So I think that people coming in and people looking at our city are going to feel that excitement, and they're going to want to be here with us. So I think in 10 years, you're going to absolutely see a big change. And it's going to be for the better.
You can't change what we have, and what we have is access to the freeways that are right there. Nobody can get to downtown Detroit in 10 minutes like they can from us. For if you're doing supplies, if you're getting things from point A to point B, you got to go through us. So you might as well start with us than go over there.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming on Destination Downriver. As you can all see, Lincoln Park is actively working to build on its many strengths and appears to not only have a great past, but a very favorable future. Thanks to Mayor Maureen Tobin, Chamber of Commerce Director Tom Karns for visiting us today. For Joe Camilleri and Kaylee Guffey behind the scenes, I'm Karl Ziomek. We'll see you next month on another episode of Destination Downriver.
Thank you to our team sponsor, Allegra, Marketing, Print, and Design.
With a special thanks to our production partners here at the new Taylor Media Center. Thanks for listening and watching. Please visit our website, destinationdownriver.com, or our Facebook page, and be sure to join us for next month's podcast.